Does anyone have any idea why sometimes the takeoff on the backhand can be such a struggle, or feel so different to serving the forehand? Does anyone have any idea why some sessions are so great and then straight away terrible? And does anyone have any idea how I managed to chin myself and get hit with the board more often when going left? Joking aside, it seems so much easier to stick to the forehand, but I really wanted to get as comfortable on the backhand as I am going on the forehand, so I decided to do 1 month going left, starting with the advanced wave setting before trying the advanced plus and then the expert turns. How did I get on? You're about to find out. I'm James Davis, and I've been a skydiver for over 20 years, jumping and competing all around the world. In the last 18 months, I've been surfing at the wavepool in Bristol to see if wave pools can do for surfing what wind tunnels did for skydiving. I wanted to see what would happen if an average surfer trained at the wavepool for a year, if they could learn to get barreled, sharing all the mistakes, learning points and experiences along the way. Advanced waves. Okay, so this is our starting point. As you can see from these videos, it's back to basics. The key things that seem to make sense were getting some confidence with the takeoff, just trying to play around with the basics to get a feel for the wave. The left wave is definitely different to the right. In my humble opinion, it's a little bit smaller, but also has a slightly better wave face. One of the best things about the advanced wave is it is effectively a lower speed setting. You will often hear surfers commenting that there isn't much push, or that there is a flat section, but for me, the wave setting highlights all your weaknesses and forces you to really think about positioning and your fundamentals. If you get to see a good surfer on the wave, you'll be amazed at the speed they can generate, the number of moves they can pack in, and the variety of lines and approaches. It'd be interesting to hear what you see looking at these initial waves, but a couple of things really stand out for me. One, that I was frequently getting stuck at the bottom of the wave and losing my speed, and two, having the correct part of the rail engaged in the water, avoiding surfing too much over the front foot. That's in addition to knowing where to do the bottom turn, how hard to push, working out the weight distribution through the feet, avoiding bogging turns, the back arm, body attitude, and having a narrow field of vision. I think some coaching input would have definitely helped, but it was also great just to start experiencing new ideas and finding stuff out myself by immersing myself in the experience. One of the videos Marlon Lipke made on the backhand, when he was talking about the differences of surfing in the wave pool versus the ocean, how dialing back the effort when doing the bottom turn, and how to build momentum throughout the wave, now really starts to make sense to me. Here are some of the cutbacks from the initial sessions on the backhand. Perhaps you disagree, but the videos show me trying to figure out where to start the turn, the line of the turn, visuals, and where to end it. Some of the turns do end mid to high on the wave, which seems to really help with maintaining speed for the next section, but more often than not, I'd end up at the bottom of the wave. If you watch carefully, I then seem to waste a lot of time waiting to build speed up again, which blows valuable time used to the wave before being able to do the next maneuver. I also found it really tricky trying to work out how and when to transition rails at the start of the turn, and then how much to push. It seems very easy to push a lot at the start because it feels pretty good, but doing this also seemed to come at the expense of speed and the next move. Once again, coaching would seem to be a smart move. I think I'm going to try and get some input very soon. Advanced Plus. Okay, so I'm going to share a mixed bag session from some Advanced Plus waves. Stepping up a wave setting wasn't actually that big a deal, but I definitely had some struggles. All the same fundamental skills that I was playing with on the Advanced wave setting were applicable here too. One of the key points was that sometimes some sessions would go super well, and other times I just had shockers. I thought I'd share these waves for you to all enjoy and prove that it wasn't all plain sailing. Got to take the rough with the smooth, but the mental space seems to be a big factor, as it's feeling more rushed and having less time on the Advanced Plus setting. A lot of the progression seems to be about logging time, experience, and growing confidence and awareness on whatever wave a surfer finds challenging. Here are a couple of the better waves on the Advanced Plus. I've still got a weird back arm, still look pretty rigid, and don't seem very confident. There's plenty of work that needs doing on positioning and lots of other things, but it was definitely interesting to step up a wave setting. And finally, here is what is possible from the Spanish under-12 national surfing champion. Something to strive for, even if it is a long way off. Expert turns. Okay, so here are my first 2 waves ever on the expert turns, so A setting, surfing on my backhand. Booking a wave setting just for the name doesn't really make sense to me, especially when all the fundamentals to work on can be addressed on the other wave settings. But I wanted to see how I'd get on and what improvement I could get in 1 month of just surfing the left waves, so I booked a session. I was actually really surprised how I got on, as I had pretty low expectations going into it. All the same issues of finishing at the bottom of the wave existed, but stepping up to these waves was always going to make execution difficult for someone of my low level. On the positive side, it felt pretty good to be able to even catch the waves and try the same techniques I've been working on in the lower wave settings. In keeping with sharing the good and the bad, here are some of the fails for you all. These are probably my best waves of the wave setting. Don't know what it looks like for someone independent, but I was pretty stoked on them. And then to finish off, I wanted to share a new discovery. It happens in the second half of the session when the waves step up to the bigger setting, and it's more noticeable if you are halfway down the lineup for the set. The locals or regulars knew about it, but I didn't. It's certainly not ship sterns, but I didn't expect the small boil that gets generated, and this is what happened. Once you know to expect it, then it's easy to navigate, but the first wipeout brought a smile to many of the other surfers in the session. In the next episode, I'm going to share a recent expert turn session from the backhand that was just a total struggle, and ask all of you why you think some sessions go so well and other ones are just a total nightmare. If anything, you can enjoy some special wipeouts and a lot of humble pie. If you've got this far in the video and are a subscriber to the channel, then I have a gift for you. Some of you have been emailing in asking for the free promo code to the Hody.tv platform, which was in an older vlog and expired months ago. So we're going to do the same thing now and provide subscribers to this channel with a promo code if they'd like to have one. All you have to do is be a subscriber to this channel and email contact@Hody.tv with your YouTube name and confirmation that you're a subscriber, and we will email you back a code. This offer is going to run out the end of September 2022, so don't miss out. Until the next vlog, enjoy your surfing wherever that may be.